Guys, it's official. We've just been gifted with the best episode of ShadowHunters yet. That is the review coming of episode 4. Oh my god, it was so beautiful. I was moved. I was almost in tears. It was so much better from last week. My new rankings are 3 on the bottom, 2 second to that, 1 on top of that, number 4. Number 4 is at the damn top. You can't take it down. Oh. Number 1, we had hashtag Malik is coming. Oh yeah, bitch, Malik is coming. It's kind of like mildly came. Oh, but this Malik is the star. Well, I don't even know. Okay, so we start out, and Clary's having this dream of Magnus back when she's a child, and she's hiding around like a steak with her mother, and she's removing her memories, and I'm like, okay. She wakes up and Jace is there, and then she says Jace, and Simon's like, what? No, it's me. And then Simon starts talking, and Camille mentioned Magnus Bane, so we're gonna go hunt down Magnus Bane. One thing I did not like about, they made Magnus Bane seem like a coward, or that he was they mentioned he was greedy because he wanted the necklace back. And I was like, yeah, okay, our Magnus in the books are not greedy, and he would never run and hide from Valentine. So I was like, but I mean, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. Malik, guys, the OT of the piece. They have this necklace, Isabel's necklace, at the Institute, and I was like, yeah, how do you have that? And they're going to plan a party for downworlders, and big wave, and Magnus is going to be there because he's greedy, and he must have this necklace back, and he kind of digs parties, and I was like, yeah. Because, I mean, Magnus would not die for that necklace. It was Camille's. Camille doesn't mean anything to him anymore. We did see Camille, though, twice in the mirror with Simon. And then at the very end, I'm assuming both of those were just illusions, because Simon's like wacko in the head, and Marine. Okay, oh, Marine. He's like, I got caught up with schoolwork, and then he's like, I'm 18, I can do what I want, and he's talking, just arguing with his mom, and then she's like, well, were you dating Clary? I don't know, Clary, and then he's like, no, we're not dating, and then she's like, well, good, because I want to date you. She just says that out loud. Way to be subtle, man. But it does kind of put the stalker Marine coming up, if you've read the books, and, okay, and walking out, she knocks over this photo frame and cuts her hand open when she's picking it up, and you have the classic vampire, blood is in there, and he goes and after she leaves, he puts his finger in the blood, and he's like tasting it, and you see him closing the curtains for the daylight. We can all sense what's coming, guys. We can all sense it. And him and Jace having their little stupid fight at the beginning, like, but Jace said this one line, he's like, yeah, well, I'm the one with weapons, so I think I can say what I want, or something like that. Jace was so good in this episode. Well, okay, he had like a A-, but he's been very good compared to the others, and Clary was like, Clary's fighting with the Salaf blades. It's like, I don't know what this is not fighting. This is some dramatic stance pose, okay? Isabel walk in. She dressed Clary up. Clary looked like a stripper, which is how she's supposed to do. Isabel wearing the necklace. They going in there. Magnus and... Okay, what is this memory demon? Demons have names. Like, Magnus' father was like, also Monday, blah, 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 blah. Nobody said they were pronounceable names. Kind of, I'm assuming why they didn't put that in there. But they had names. You could have said a technical name, not a memory demon. That sounds weird, okay? And then Magnus is like, come back to my lair, and Clay's like, no. She's so defiant. No, I'm staying with the ShadowHunters. And then they get compromised by one of the circle members, and Alex saves Magnus. He shoots the guy with an arrow, and literally Magnus stops, and he's like, who are you? And you see Alec, and he's just with Arrow, and he has his bow over, and he's just flipping the Salah plays, and he almost looked like one of those sexy models, and I was like, oh my god, this is, Magnus and Alec, the Malik, it was 125%, it was perfect. And then as they go on, they're hunting, okay, this part was, they're going after Magnus because he gave them that little button, and Jace is trying to track it, and they start explaining how the parabatai bonds that, if they work together, they have a stronger force than just one Shadowhunter, which they mentioned in the book, but the way they tracked Magnus, they joined hands, and they're like this close apart from each other's faces, and they're just staring at each other, and I was like, I was just laughing. I was like, this is so melodramatic. They find out where Magnus is, go to his lair, Valentine's attacking, Query saves that little demon girl, and Magnus is talking and saying how she's not a normal Shadowhunter because she did that just out of the goodness of her heart or whatever. And I was like, sorry, did you not see Alex save your life for no particular reason? I just mentioned that. And then though, when they first got there, Magnus was fighting with one of Valentine's, and he's holding him off with magic, and Alec goes and saves him again with the bow and arrow, and then Magnus turns around. He's like, I don't think we've formally introduced. I'm Magnus, and then this is the very first time we've ever seen Alec smile. He's like, Alec, and I'm like, I love my ship, guys. And they go, and then Alec is like, and he's stuttering, and it's so Alec-like, and I'm like, oh yeah, this is it, this is perfect. And then we got to this part, this one part, there's the beginning with Jace and Simon in this part, I was like, oh, biggest part though, Magnus, when he's going to the party, I didn't mention this earlier, and he's talking to one of his Warlock twins, he mentioned Tessa. Magnus mentioned Tessa. Are we ever going to get to see Tessa? Is Tessa going to be a thing? Is Jim going to be a thing? It's Shadowhunters. Are we going to put some of the infernal devices of the characters that are still alive in mortal day presence? He mentioned Tessa. I just gasped out loud. I was like, oh, I was not expecting that. Tessa, guys, Tessa. Tessa. Okay, if Tessa comes in the show, you can really get to see me die. Magnus is like, I'm going to get that memory demon for you, the memory demon. But he gives this big ass pattern of clay, and he's like, okay, here's some crayons and draw. And I'm like, this is a huge ass elaborate painting too. And a couple scenes later, Clary's done with it. She's not that good of an artist, guys. And she can't work at supersonic speeds as far as I'm aware. And, okay, then comes the whole summoning the demon part. And this was the part I was in tears. Magnus says for the demon to be present or summoned, you must give away the memory of the one you most love. And this was kind of like, just because it's the one you most love doesn't mean you're in love with him. So I was kind of like iffy on this whole Alec Jace thing. We don't see what Isabel's is. We see Clary and her mother. We don't see Jace's, I don't believe, but Alex is, because you can see the memory, it's Jace. And Jace turns and looks at him, and Alex is like, no, I was deceived. And then I think Jace and Alec both broke the bond at the same time. Number one, okay, they wouldn't do that. Number two, what was when they were holding hands and they made this dramatic drum noise? And it's so dramatic. And Isabel was like, y'all are pathetic. I'm like, I agree there. And it's just, little demonic sickle summoning. He's like, yeah, we didn't do this in, I don't think we ever did this in the book. And Jace and Alec are breaking they're breaking the bond. They all fly across the room. Now, what the F were you doing, Jace? Jace, number one, the demon looks like a tornado. Number two, Jace just lunges at the demon and he gets sucked up in the tornado or something. I really need to rewatch that, but I was just laughing. And then Jace is being sucked in, and Alec and Isabel are grabbing him, trying to yank him out. And then Magnus is like, Claire, if you kill the demon, you'll never get the memories back. And she still kills the demon. And Jace is like collapsing on the ground. And Alec is like, get up, get up, get up. And then Claire is like to Magnus, is he okay? And Magnus is like, I don't know. Does she normally sit on the ground for long periods of time and not moving? Montage to the book script, guys. Montage to the book script. Oh, perfect, 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 120%. And right after Jace gets up and he's coughing and wheezing, oh, I was almost in tears because Alec won't even look at him. And he just walks across the room and Magnus is like, it's okay. And Alex is like, I don't know what you're talking about. You will. Alec, you will. You will know. And everybody was inferring that Alec was in love with Jace, but I'm like, clearly it stated that whoever you love the most, and because they're parabatai and none of them have ever been in love, would kind of make sense for Alec to. I mean, it would make no difference for Isabel to be there, because obviously he loves his siblings, but I was like, they're going to infer that. Cat's out of the bag. I was almost in tears because I felt so bad for Alec. I love Alec. Then we flash to the Institute again. We have weird Jace knocking on the door, just like Clary did earlier with Jace shirtless, and now he's like in some hoodie, and I'm like, it's getting weird. And she has this vision from this necklace. Number one, WTF is that? She gets no visions from necklaces. A Valentine, and he's like, if you want your mother, give me the cup. And I was like, dun dun dun. Anyway, this is by far my favorite episode, A+, even though that demon part was like, but everything else, it was good. We still had this dramatic moment between Alec and Clary. Alec and Clary ain't getting along here. Let's talk about the preview for next week's episode. We have, Clary gets kidnapped and Jace is screaming at Alec. Cue the emotional pain after last night's episode. And Simon is again getting kidnapped and threatened to be killed. Yeah, pretty much. Anyway, I'm Annalyse. Thank you for watching. Bye.